Hi, my name is Naasira Ageela, known as Mama Naasira. My birth name was Deborah Tripp. I'm an oldest of 6 children. I'm a Native American of San Francisco, but I was born and raised in the Fillmore district in 1954. I was at that time. Today I'm 69 years old, and I'm honored to be able to have this experience. We were from an area that the redevelopers actually wanted us to move, and they had the plan for some time where we weren't aware of it. I went to John Sweat Elementary from the kindergarten to the 6th grade in 1966. That was the last graduation at that school. However, my sisters and brothers, they weren't able to go to school in the neighborhood anymore. They had to be bused out very far from our home, which was a challenge. The redevelopers, as I was mentioned, they wanted us to sell the house to them so that they can tear it down. And it was supposed to be a plan that we were supposed to move back, but with the rents constantly increasing, that was not possible. So we had a really serious experience with a large explosion. I mean, it was serious. One Sunday morning at 2 a.m., we heard this loud noise, boom, boom, boom. The windows were blown out of the house. The ceiling fell in the living room. My sister Jewel was actually in bed. She was covered with glass. And my brother Richard, he came out of the room walking on glass. We were just in shock. It was horrifying. My father went outside and saw the house across the street was actually blown up, and it was just one piece of wood dangling on a rod. Our beauty shop was on the first floor, and the windows were all blown out and the ceiling was blown in, and there were some houses on the block that were having fires there. We actually just stirred around, and when we got ourselves together later on in the day, we noticed when we had gone outside, there was the white people walking around in the area, just looking at the damage where the fire departments had come in and put black sheets all over. My father was actually told by the redevelopers that if he didn't sell his property, that they would condemn the house and he wouldn't get anything. So we had to follow through, and we stayed there for a few months with him repairing the house the best he could. And after, I think it was 1968, I was 13 at that time, and we had to, we bought a house from the hippies. And that was comedy too, because that wasn't the best house that we could have gotten, but because we were paid such a low salary, a low amount for the house, it was the best that we could do. So I was able to graduate from George Washington High School, and my sisters, they eventually, were bused even in that area. So we had to eventually start separating and living in different places, because in 1970s the rent had increased so much we could not afford to live there. So we all pretty much lived in different states, and from there to Alaska and Africa. So we really feel grateful that the advisories is really wanting to make this an opportunity for a lot of us to have a better life. You know, all the homelessness that we have today, that was never happened during our time when we were growing up. And it was very little crime. We were more of a family community. So hopefully you guys know what to do. So do what you do. Thank you so much. Bye.